This should be some additional charges for Trump, like intimidation or something. He's saying if Jack Smith sends him to jail, it's going to be very dangerous for him or the nation.
So we were talking about this interview that Donald Trump did earlier this week. It was in Iowa, a radio show in Iowa. The former president was asked about the possibility of jail time stemming from special counsel Jack Smith's investigation. Here is Trump's answer.
Is it something that concerns you of the people making sure that they don't go out of their right mind if something like that happens? Because I know what I'm thinking of could happen if that, for example, they do say Jack Smith says, okay, I'm going to put Donald Trump in jail.
I think it's a very dangerous thing to even talk about, because we do have a tremendously passionate group of voters. And I mean, maybe 100, 150. I've never seen anything like it. Much more passion than they had in 2020 and much more passion than they had in 2016. I think it would be very dangerous.
So he's saying that if Jack Smith sends him to jail, there's going to be people that are going to attack others over it. And he's saying it's dangerous to even talk about sending him to jail. This is like the words of a dictator.
Joe, much more passion than they had in 2020, implying it could be even worse than you saw around the 2020 election. Obviously, just appallingly dangerous stuff to say, given the recent history in this country. And also, as you pointed out earlier, very stupid, as he perhaps comes under indictment here for the events around the 2020 election.
Yeah, I don't know if Donald Trump understands.
What does he think he's doing?
Well, he's talking like a mobster.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if it'd be very dangerous for Jack Smith and
Wouldn't
his
want another
families.
riot.
And they're more dangerous now than they were in 2020 or 2016.
Could be worse.
Gene, he's just so stupid. He really is.
Yeah.
He just doesn't understand. He's going up against the feds. He doesn't understand that he can't bully and bluster and threaten his way out of criminal charges that are coming because he broke the law, because he stole nuclear secrets, because he stole secret plans to attack Iran, because he stole secret military secrets, because he has people all around him on January the 6th that are testifying against him. No Democrats, no moderate Republicans, all Trumpers. All the Trump, everybody that he ever hired has gone before the grand jury. Everybody that was around him January the 6th went before the grand jury. All Trumpers. And he's going to be charged for some of the most serious crimes in America. And his response, instead of talking to his lawyer saying, hey, get me a deal. I don't know what it's going to look like, but get me a deal. Because they've got me dead to right. My own people are the people testifying against me. Get me deal. Instead of that, he goes on an Iowa radio show and, like a mobster, threatens Jack Smith. Has he not looked at pictures of Jack Smith? This guy looks like the judge on Andor. All right?
Yes.
He looks like the guy that takes the good guy from the Star Wars galaxy and throws him into jail for life. He doesn't understand. Oh, my God, look, I'm scared. You just scared me by putting this picture up.
This guy is hilarious, but yeah, there is nothing Trump can do anymore that's going to free him from going to jail. He has 3 different investigations against him.
What does he think?
I wouldn't mess with
Does he think Jack Smith is going to be intimidated by mob-like threats, Gene?
Yeah. And that's not going to happen. Jack Smith looks like a pretty intense guy, and he looks like he's not going to take any of this from Donald Trump. I think Trump doesn't know what else to do. He obviously sees the walls closing in on him. The indictment's coming. Someone must have told him, let him know what the conviction rate is in federal court, which is well over 90% of defendants who were charged either plead guilty or get convicted. I mean, it is this is a tough situation for him, and rather than make a deal, and rather than try to, somehow keep his freedom, he does this. It can only make things worse for him. It can only make things worse for him, but he just doesn't know what else to do. He's going to run harder and harder and harder to win the presidency again, so he can try to pardon himself. That's I think that's his ultimate move.
It's reminiscent of the stand back and stand by that he said to the Proud Boys. And there's a lot of, I think I will agree with Joe on this one point, although Heilman just texted me and told me not to let you mow me about the Monmouth Bull. But he says that, so he said what he said yesterday, very mob-like, right? But he did another interview earlier in the week where he was asked, well, it seems like you kind of like these indictments. Mm-hmm. And he said, no, it bothers me. Right? It was like a little moment of vulnerability that he was showing that, that this stuff is getting to him.